socials. John Webb, ScottishSci-Fi.co.uk, ScottishSci-Fi.com. You can follow me on Twitter, DVD Bloke, friend me on Facebook, and all that other social media stuff. Week 4 lockdown, 19th of April, Sunday, sunny, nice, etc. Let's have a drink, shall we? So next up this is the lockdown video. So this is lockdown bottle 4, eventually, after I review something else, obviously. So let's do the reviewy thing for something else first. I am going to do something different, and it is very different. It's Mackmyra Moments Fjällmark. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Somebody did tell me how to pronounce it. I forgot. I'm going to say Fjällmark. It might be Fjällmark, it might be it's whatever it is. I don't want to be disrespectful. It's Fjällmark. And this is from Mackmyra Distillery. They're a Swedish distillery. And they do some really nice stuff, actually. Quite a few expressions, in all fairness. They've got some really funky, weird ways in that they mature their whiskey. One of the options is in a cave. Another like in a building near a forest. All sorts of funky stuff. It's really they're quite imaginative and innovative. That thing. Yeah, really cool stuff. So this one I actually picked for one of the tastings that I ran a little while back, and I picked it because I really wanted to try it. So so I did. I tried it, and I thought, yeah, this is really interesting. It's different because it was a wine cask, Vino Finito. It was all about wine cask finishes and stuff like that. And so this one fitted really nice because it is partially finished in casks that previously held Swedish cloudberry wine. These casks had a touch of exotic berry wine together with the notes of ripe cloudberries. Still don't know what a cloudberry tastes like, but it's probably like this. Oak, caramel, fudge, and white chocolate. And yeah, it's really good. Obviously, there's no bottle in there because I've thrown it around like a crazy. And here, I'll show you the bottle. The bottles are always nice, especially for the Moments range, because they got iron plates. I don't know if they're iron actually, but they're metal. And they can cut you, so be careful out there, boys and girls. This is bottle number 2679 4411. It's bottled at 42% ABV. I have no idea about the chill filtration side of it, be honest. I have no idea. It doesn't say anywhere, but I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's not, but I have no idea. It's got a rather nice metal thing. Cork stopper, very metal. Let's pour a little bit here. This is not the hand I would usually pour with. Let's be careful. A bit. Yes, it's got a loud stopper. And 42%. It retails for around £85 to £90, so it's not cheap for what it is. But it's very different, very interesting. And, you know, if you like something a little bit different, you know, I can't recommend it enough. It is... Right, let's get onto the sniffy, tasty thing. So yeah, cloudberry wine, partially cloudberry wine matured. So it's quite spicy. Very sweet, like intense sweetness. In fact, if I would handed blind, as we did do this tasting blind, handed blind, you would be hard pressed to say this is whiskey. It had some indifferent response in the tasting. The majority of people really like this. My mate, I know Raji, he didn't, but he was pretty much the only one that was against it. Okay, so little bit of sweet ginger and pepper, like the is it a fruit or a vegetable? The pepper, like a bit of red pepper. Lots of sweetness, intense sweetness, oaky sweetness, and the fruit, I'm guessing it's cloudberry, but you know, without knowing what a cloudberry is or ever having tried a cloudberry, I would point it more towards really soft, overripe grape. It's a little bit of dusty, so again, the dusty kind of aroma, again, invoking memories of being in a warehouse with shed loads of casks all around you. And there's something else really, really familiar about it, which is just really annoying because I can't place my finger on what I'm smelling. But other than it's delicious, actually it's a bit like ginger beer or ginger ale. But a really good one, if you know what I mean. A really sort of like a craft ginger ale, if you like, or ginger beer that's really gone through some fermentation. Again, extremely sweet. It's almost like a dessert wine, and obviously Cloudberry wine is, I guess, a sweet dessert wine, but it comes across like that, so possibly even overactive in the cask, but bloody fascinating at the same time. All right, palate. The palate is massive. For 42%, and this is why I think it's non-chill filter, because it's extremely oily, that flavour cascades around your mouth and it's very complex. And another reason why, if you tried this blind, you just swear, this isn't whiskey, what is this? And I'd swear it was like a liqueur. I would swear it's some kind of fruit-based liqueur. That doesn't make it bad, you know, or anything like that. It's just fascinating stuff. Oh, it's just getting... I want to say spicier, but people who've watched these videos know I don't like spice. But this is a different kind of spicier. It's an intensity. It's a rich intensity. And it's fascinating spice. It's not abrasive spice. It's sweet and it's just engaging. It's really, really good. Okay. God, this almost reminds me of like an ice wine. This is dangerously drinkable. It's fresh, it's sweet. It almost tastes colder than it is. So, I don't know, would that be like a eucalyptus thing? But it doesn't really taste of eucalyptus or anything menthol. It just lightens up the palate, makes you feel like things are colder. It's bizarre. Maybe that's the Swedish climate transposing through the whiskey. Who knows? It's just really nice. Okay, sorry. Let's try to be a bit more descriptive. It's so different. It's so different. It's so difficult to explain. There's not a lot of flavours. For a whiskey drinker who's drank a lot of different types of whiskey, you generally have a palette of... Palette's the wrong word. You generally have a selection box of flavours that you would pull out, and there would be levels of intensity, of richness, of these different types of flavours that are attributed to any given whiskey, practically any whiskey. This just doesn't have any of them. So you are really going back to step one as far as when you started tasting whiskey in the first place. It's like, what is sweet? You know, it's that kind of generic... Very sweet fruit. A little bit of really stewed raisin. Really stewed grapes. Lots of... It's like a grape jam. The spices that there are very gentle and complementary. Cinnamon, ginger, but so light. It's not abrasive at all. It's really, really sweet and smooth. Smooth, horrible word. It's smooth. It's sweet. It's velvety on the palate. velvety on the tongue. It's just, it's delish, man. It really is. It's just delish. There's hardly any alcohol prickle at all. The flavour all over the palate, back and forth, is just complex, interesting, delicious, beautifully sweet, easy drinking as anything. It's tasty. So, what's my problem with it? Probably the price. It's not cheap, but it's bloody lovely. It's one of those annoying ones where every time I try it, I absolutely love it. I could knock that bottle for £6, but it's an expensive drink to knock for £6. So as a special aperitif, this really ticks all the boxes. It really does. It's bloody delicious. Hats off. I really want to get another bottle, but lockdown, can't afford it. One day, it'll happen. I'll get one. It's fantastic though. I really do love this. Francis. Mouthful. If you fancy trying something different, you can't get much more different than this. It's brilliant. Now, that's just an opinion. It's just my opinion, because some people don't have the same opinion or same palate or same, interest. This is definitely wine with your whiskey. It's very, like I said, I haven't said anything other than what I believe. It is very, very more like a liqueur than a whiskey. But it's fantastic. It's really, really delicious. Anyway. Oh, I've got to do the other one on this one. Sorry. I'm doing these out of order, so I knew it would confuse me. We'll put this to one side then. Because I'm doing my other... Where's my water? Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm doing the other lockdown bottles. Right, okay. Anyway, so... Lockdown bottle week 4. What am I going to do? It's got a lovely purple head. This is the 2019 edition of Black Friday from the boys and girls at the Whiskey Exchange. It's one bottle of only 1,800, which were made for Black Friday. Black Friday being a American thing. It's basically the first Friday after Thanksgiving, where you have sales and stuff, and now we've got it in the UK because Boxing Day sales that we used to have ain't good enough anymore. You got to have them bloody Black Friday and bloody every other day. Anyway, but so the previous Black Friday incarnations have basically been whiskies that are damn good actually, but well priced, extremely well priced. So this one is no exception. This is from a Speyside distillery. It's 21 years old. It's at 53.1% ABV. I know that this is from Glenbergie, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it's a Glenbergie. Because I think they said, but they haven't put it on the label. And yeah, I bought it and I wanted to open it and lockdown. So let's do it. It was like £79, I think, which for a 21-year-old Glenbergie is good. That's a good price. It's got a waxy head. It's got a waxy purple-headed bottle. And let's get that off. I'm trying to get it off in one go. Come on, don't be a north. Right, there we go. There we go. Right, I'll keep that back for later. I'm not going to remelt it back on there and try to sell the bottle or anything like that, I promise. Sorry, I'm not drinking out of the bottle. No, we're not. Okay. Whoa. Okay. That's anxious to get out. It's going to be non-chill filtered. It's going to be no colouring. It's an independent bottle from the boys and girls at the Whiskey Exchange. I've said that already, and it's 80 quid, and it's Black Friday, and it's 2019, and it's Glenbergie, and it's 21-year-old, and I don't think I've got anything else to say about that. You can't get it anymore. Sorry. You can get it at auction. It sells for a lot more at auction than what it was when it was released, obviously. Sells for, I think, between 130, 150, something like that. So if you can get it, you can get it. Okay, this is going to be a slow burner. This one's going to be difficult to do it on the fly. Pop the bottle, pop the cork, pour a wing, and pop the cork, pour a dram, and review it on the spot. This is going to be difficult. I already think this whiskey needs more time and air, so this review won't do it justice, so that's why we do the re-reviews. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's closed up right now. So our first impressions, which are not the right impressions, but our first very straightforward, limited impressions. It's fruitiness. It's got that dusty kind of oak warehouse environment thing going on. Definitely fruity, lots of quite mature apple and pear. There's a nice hit of spice in there. It is strong, the strength is coming across on the aroma. Definitely cinnamon, lots of vanilla. Solid old school whiskey so far is what I would say. This is going to need time, I reckon. A bit of water, a lot of time. So I'm gonna be spending some time with this one over the next week. Well, if I get a chance. It's opening up as it's sitting in the glass here, so I'll be violently swirled around in the glass. Definitely getting creamier already. Fruits are very rich. It's definitely, you know, yeah, it's 21-year-old. You know, you can tell it's an older whiskey. It's not like it's younger than the nose. It's definitely, it comes across as 21, that kind of age group. Definitely calming down, getting fruity. I'm going to have a taste because I can't wait. That's good. I'm going to take some time there. Ooh, a little bit of definitely a bit of tropical on the finish there. Tropical pineapple cubes, that kind of thing. Definitely got some sweet shop stuff going on. So, apples, lemons, very sweet shoppy. So lots of like powdered sugar and that kind of stuff. A bit of tropical, more on the end of the development going into the finish. It's kind of a definitely sort of like a tropical kind of edge there. A bit of pineapple, definitely. Like I say, I think it's going to need a bit of time to give it the full sell forward. You know, right now it's quite closed up. Very nice though. It's very nice. Don't add too much water, just in case it wrecks it. Goes on, the finish and the flavour just goes on and on and on. Gets a little bit dry, but still lots of, you know, spice and grilled pineapple hanging around. A little bit of oak. Definitely need some time. A bit of water gets a bit more, actually more pungent. A little bit dustier even, a little bit of white chocolate now. A hint spicier, hint more oak. A little bit of sawdust. Fruits are getting more cooked, jammy. There's quite a bit of Danish pastries. Danish pastries is coming to the front now. Definitely reminding me of the old apricot pastry. Wow. A little bit of water has actually really made it a little bit more, take your breath away. Funny how that happens sometimes. Might even benefit from a bit more water. Which is quite surprising for an older whiskey. Okay. Getting creamier now. More vanilla. More custardy. Creamy. Ice creamy. Fruit's taking a little bit of a back step, but still there. Very delicious. That pineapple on the finish. Really good. Wow. Okay. Actually, yeah. This is going to be very interesting. This is I can tell this is going to be a developmental time taker, and rightly so. It's delicious whiskey. Very good. Well done, boys and girls. Okay. First impressions. I'll give more impressions next week after I've given this bottle some more assessing. It's getting better every single time I sniff and sip it. Water wise, definitely is giving it a kick in the jacksy. I think just as much, if not more so, than the time that it needs. This is definitely going to be a very interesting whiskey to play around with. It's just getting better and better. Right, that'll be that for this week. I'll be back next week with more fun and games. Stay safe, stay inside, don't get sick. See you later. It's that awkward bit. Start the app. It's an awkward bit. Hey, see you later.